I think it's in pretty good condition right now. There were some little issues, but I got them fixed.
Okay, so there's nothing to be that we need to repair right now on that property. Everything is good from 1 to 10. You will say that it's already a 10.
Yeah, 9, 10.
Okay, sure. We will need to check anyways when we visit, right? And how about the heating and air on the property?
It's fine.
The roof? Have you checked it
Yeah, I
or
fixed it.
renovated?
I fixed it.
Oh, okay. Does it need paint or anything? The carpet has been changed, or
Unless you don't like green, unless you don't like the color green, but the house is fine.
right? Okay, so are you carrying any mortgage on the property, or has it already been paid, David?
No, it's been paid off.
Okay, that's great. So um, right now you don't owe anything on the property, then you say, right?
No.
Okay, so going back to your time frame, is there something you need to do in the next month, or do you have a couple of months down the road for having this property sold?
I would like to sell it today if I can, but just for the right price. I'm not just gonna jump into conclusions. I'm not really like desperate to sell it. I mean, I do want to sell it, but at the right price.
Okay, and what do you think is worth then, David?
I'll say 250.
Okay, you will be moving below 2 and 250 then?
No, 250.
Nothing less than 250.
No, just more.
So let's say that we give you cash and we close in just a few weeks without any repairs, as you say, or nothing else. What will you take?
Um, 249.
99. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm being sarcastic. No, no. Like I said, I mean, it doesn't need repairs, and I want 250.
Okay. Great. I do have other questions for you. Just curious because this will allow us to serve you better. Do you have to have the cash now, or could you take payments over time, David?
No, I want it. I want the cash up front.
Okay. The pay the payment over time doesn't work for you then?
No.
So what do you need the cash now, David? If we could know to see
What's
how.
payment over time? What do you mean?
Great. Well, I can explain you the payment over time option when we're face to face, so you can see how it works. Um, but can you tell me what do you actually need the cash now? What would be the circumstance for you to need it in cash?
Um, I want to invest it in a business, in another business.
Of course. So, David, I would like to ask for your permission to briefly explain how I work and how I can help you. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Great. So, I'm an investor and also find homes for other investors we're partnered with. We are tied into all of the local real estate investing groups in Oklahoma since we transfer to much real estate in, wow, 1 second. We are tied into all of the local real estate investing groups here in Oklahoma. Since we transfer so much real estate in Oklahoma, the state really prefers us to be licensed. My business partner has her broker license with Keller Williams Realty, being there for 10 years and has helped over 1,000 families transfer their properties. Most of the time we transfer properties directly from the owner to the investor, but sometimes it makes sense to do it a more traditional method. Every situation is different, and what is important is that we find the right solution for you. What is the best for you and what you want to accomplish is most important, David. We're very interested in your house. It is exactly what we do every day. Next step for us is to see it. So how is your schedule in the next few days, David?
I don't know. I mean, pretty much every morning I know how my day's going to be.
Right, okay, so since right now we're just starting the day, how is your day going for, let's say, afternoon at 3?
To be honest with you, good question. I mean, I was just actually checking how my agenda is for today, and I'm gonna be busy on. I'm gonna be busy in the afternoon. So, like I said, every morning. It's like every morning from 8 to 10, I check how my day's gonna be. So I don't know.
Okay, so you're gonna have time maybe during the evening if the afternoon is full for you right now, but maybe after you finish all your business, maybe at 5 or 6.
I can be off at 5. I can be off at 7, 8.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna pencil you up for around 6, just in the middle. And I'm gonna give you a follow-up call around 3 then to see how is your agenda looking for that time. And for today at 5.
I can't today in the afternoon. I told you. Not today.
Okay, so you don't have time between 5 to 7, you say?
No.
You don't longer have time then today. Okay. Then for tomorrow.
I think maybe tomorrow. Let's try it for tomorrow.
Great. So we will do the same thing then. For tomorrow, we'll call you around 3 to see how your day is going and verify if we're going to be meeting there between 5 to 7. Does that sound good, David?
You bet.
Excellent. So my business partner, Jen, will meet with you at the property, and I will text or email you or information when we hang up. Is the email prettybuyer@gmail.com the correct one as it shows on the website? Okay. Is this the correct or the best phone number to reach you as well?
Yeah, this would be the best one.
Okay. So I will be sending you the information as I said and reaching you at 3 p.m. tomorrow just to double check that we're still in schedule, okay?
Okay, cool.
Great. Nice meeting you today, and you have a great day. Take care, David.
Thank you, sir.
All right, clickaroo. All right, guys. That was the lowest level energy phone call I've ever heard. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, David, what did Diego do good? What can he improve on?
I think he followed the script good.
Okay.
And he asked good questions. Maybe listening to keywords.
Okay. How do you mean?
Because I did tell him I'm available from 8 to 10. That's when I know how my day's going to be.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know. I would have gone, okay, great. We can do it in the morning if we want during that time.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I think Diego probably interpreted it this way because this is the way I took it was that's when you make your calendar. So trying to figure out that's the way it sounded to me. Like that's when you actually figure out your calendar, not that you're available. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think Diego, and I agree with David. I think you did a great job reading the script. Things that we can improve on, I would like to say that when, let's say a lead is like, I just don't have time. I got to check my schedule or I'll get back to you. Whatever variation of that is, yeah, sure, you've kind of cracked the egg, but they're not committing to a time. Ask them this very simple question. Okay, that's cool. When is a good time to meet with you? What's your schedule look like this week? I can do 10 a.m.
But he said that he doesn't know. That he goes day by day.
So, good. Okay, good. So now if that happens, let's say I just asked you that question. When is a good time to meet you this week? And he says, well, I don't know. I didn't check my schedule yet. Okay, great. Now, this is what you get when people don't know something, give them two options. Basically,
Mhm.
both are going to be a yes for you, and it gives them the ability to choose. Okay, well, how about Wednesday at 5 p.m. or Thursday at 6? What works better for you? Well, I'm not sure. All right, good. Well, let's tentatively put it on the calendar. What typically is your schedule better, in the last couple weeks? Which ones do you usually have, a lighter day on, Wednesdays or Thursdays? Well, they're both crazy days. All right, well, that's cool. Listen, let's just do 6 p.m. on Thursday because that's actually when we have an opening. And is that okay with you? I mean, if there isn't an appointment in the way, are you open to meeting during that time? Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Well, let's put it on the calendar. I'll email you our information, and then I'll call you Wednesday just to confirm that that appointment's still good. Is this a good phone number to reach you at? Yeah, it is. Great. Okay. I will call you Wednesday to confirm for Thursday. Jen is my business partner. It's either going to be her or I who's going to meet you on the property. Looking forward to meeting you there. Stay tuned for our email. Goodbye. And give them the option. So that's a great note, though, Diego, is automatically if someone doesn't know that, or if they're kind of wishy-washy, or they might just be the personality where it's tough for them to make decisions. They usually have to check. Or they're not in front of their give them two options. Pull up Jen's calendar, see where she has a listing appointment available, and set one of the two, and then just put it in yellow like you normally would. Follow your follow-up process.
Well, what I did, well, I don't know if it was two or just one, but what I did is that I tried to make him on a schedule for him around 6, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so because he didn't have an idea, right? And then I was gonna call him at 3 to
Yeah.
see if at that time he could verify that if he was gonna have the time or not, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, then he said that he doesn't have the time anyways around that, so we went further, like in the evening from 6 to 8, which I heard that he did have time around that.
Right. Yeah.
Then he didn't, so
And here's the thing,
he
unless
changed
he,
the date.
yeah, and also keep this in mind, and that was good, Diego. I agree. I think you did fine there. But just make a
Yes.
note, just make a note in the future. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Always ask them what works better for them first. If they don't know, give them two options. Just use that as a
Correct.
rule. Use that as a good rule of thumb. For anybody. Honey, when do you want to get dinner? Are you free tomorrow? Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, how about Thursday or Friday? It works everywhere. You guys are always selling in your life, whether you're selling.
Just a question before we continue.
Sure.
Do you have echo, or you don't have any problem with the echo?
No echo for Diego.
Okay, good. Okay.
Let go
Yeah,
of my
because that's
echo.
what I had it muted before, but I didn't know if you were having that.
No, you're
Echo.
good.
Okay.
You're good on my end.
Good.
Um,
Okay.
all right, cool. So I agree with David. I think you did good going through the script. Just got to tighten it up, and obviously make sure we internalize this thing. So when you're reading it, you don't even really necessarily need to look at it. It's just like ring, ring, hello. Hey, yeah, you're on one of our marketing websites about your home going through Main Street. So you need to get the home sold. Great. I was hoping to see if you still need to get the home sold, if you're still not, or if you actually sold it. Great. Are you relocating? What's about your situation? Great. Can you tell me about your bedrooms, homes, bathrooms, bedrooms, things like that? What repairs need to be done? How's the roof, heating, air? I need to paint and carpet. Are you carrying a mortgage that paid off? Great. What's the payoff? Great. So what time frame are you on? Is something you need to do the next month, or do you have a couple months down the road?
But Jim, it's also a good question there because, as he said, didn't you see that on the website?
Yes.
There's
Yeah,
always going to be
I'm
a
sorry.
better
I gave that
option.
objection. I'm sorry. Yes.
Good
Yes. Thank
question.
you, Diego. I gave that objection because I was gonna ask you that.
All right. You guys ready for the answer? So, where did you get my information from? What website did you get this from? That's a great question. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. And it's literally because we have hundreds of different websites. And in fact, Mr. Seller, we found your information because you filled out your property information on one of those hundreds of marketing websites that was either a cash offer or a fast offer type promotion. So, let me ask you, do you still need to sell your home? That's it. That's your objection handler. That's a great question, Mr. Seller. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. We literally have hundreds of different property websites. You filled out your information on one of our marketing websites with a cash offer or fast offer type promotion. So,
Okay.
what can you tell me about your situation? Are you relocating, or why do you need to sell your house? Boom. That's it. Cool?
I will actually prefer also to use that approach. What can you tell me about your situation? Are you relocating or moving? Because I feel like when you start going directly, are you relocating? It's like too intrusive,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know you. I'm not going to tell you where I'm moving my kids. Well, that's cool. So tell me, what is your situation? What prompted you to put it on the internet and fill out a marketing form for a fast offer, cash offer type promotion? What is your situation? What can you tell me? And start that conversation. And they usually will hit you. Now, if they say, well, I don't feel comfortable answering that. Well, that's entirely cool, Mr. Seller. I get it. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. In fact, we found you. We're not cold calling you. We found you because you filled out the information that said you needed help with your property and you wanted a cash offer, a fast offer type deal. Um, so, if you didn't sell the house, what originally made you put it on the market and fill out that form? Well, what can you tell me about your situation? What is prompting the move? Why are you moving? So just be open about that. That's a great opening question. Now
And
for the
for the
older,
bedrooms, bathrooms, and all that, you're gonna say the same.
same things.
Like,
Cool. So that's awesome, Mr. Seller. It sounds like you need to get to Florida to retire. So what can you tell me about the house? I can pull up some pictures and stuff, but while I have you on the phone, what can you tell me about your home, bedrooms, bathrooms, things like that? Great. Okay. What repairs need to be completed? Oh, you flipped the property, so nothing needs to be completed to the property. No, well, I'm fixing and flipping it. This thing is ready to go. Awesome. So I'm assuming that the roof is in good shape, right? Did you touch the roof? Yeah, brand new roof. Awesome. How is the guts of the home? Did you replace the heating, the air, plumbing? How's all that look? Oh, it's all good, man. This, like I said, this property's ready to go. Okay, cool. Now you know that. Skip paint and carpet. Great. So David, did you buy this property cash? Or are you carrying a mortgage on it? What's the deal? Did you pay? Is it paid off? No, it's got a mortgage. We're holding it, so time's money. Gotcha. Well, that's great. Do you happen to know what that payoff is? Oh, I'm not going to tell you what the payoff is. Are you going to buy? Are you going to write me an offer? Are you going to buy it from me? That's a great question. Actually, let me see. Let me see here. What type of time frame are you on then? Well, I got to do this in the next couple months. Okay, cool, cool. So you got to do this in the next couple months because you're holding that mortgage, right? Time's money. Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think it's worth? What are you listing it for? I'm asking 250. Awesome. Well, if I gave you cash, we closed in just a few weeks. I didn't ask for any repairs, nothing else. What would you take for the property? Man, I'd take 250. Okay, so there's no room there. What if I wrote you an offer for 240? Would you accept it? We close in 2 weeks. I don't know, man. If I didn't have any real estate fees or anything, are you a realtor? We got it. Like, what? How do you work? That's great. Actually, I'll take a minute and I'll get that question answered for you. But let's just talk about this though, real quick. So 230, 2 weeks to close. Would you go that low? No, man. 230 is it. That's cut into my profits. Gotcha. Okay. So do you need to have the cash pulled out now, or could you take payments over time? No, I need to have it over time. Or I need to take it now. I can't do over time. Okay, cool. Why do you need the cash now? Well, I'm going to reinvest it. I got to go find another deal. Awesome. Okay. Do you have a real estate professional you're working with to find you other deals? Nah, I usually find them myself. Very good to know. Great. So let me take a minute real quick and
I was
ask.
just gonna ask you that.
Yep.
What was our intention of knowing why they needed it, why they needed the money in cash?
Exactly.
Is to see if you could help them,
And
right?
David even said that. No, I got to buy. I'm investing. I need my money. I got to go other investments. That's awesome. Do you have a portfolio? Do you have a real estate professional that you're working with to help you locate deals? How many properties do you own? Is this the only property you're looking to sell right now? Do you already have the next property lined up that you're going to purchase? Have you ever worked with people to find you deals? If so, how did you work with those people? Those are all great questions to ask him as soon as he says, I'm an investor. Fantastic. For you guys, as soon as someone says, I'm an investor, as long as they're not a wholesaler, this could be a pretty big fish. They could be worth multiple deals a year. That is a great return on your time. Excuse me. Because you guys call them once, identify it, build some relationship with them, keep up with that relationship, and let's say they buy 4 properties and flip them a year. Great. That's 4 buys. That's potentially 4 sales. And if we get another buyer or seller off of that, that's even, I mean, that's a huge pipeline thing. That could be worth at least 8 deals a year. That might be a month of commissions. I mean, like that's pretty cool. So get excited about these Z buyers as long as they're not the wholesaler type deal where they're never going to work the real estate agent. They're finding, they got to move quick. If they're really just an investor who has properties, they got rental properties, they're looking for properties, they buy properties, they flip whatever they do, we can help them. So when you go into here, that is great. In fact, I'd like to just ask your permission real quick and briefly explain how we work and how we can help you. Okay, cool. And then tell them. Now, also too, make sure you guys listen to the other training videos of me doing these phone calls live. I'm going to throw them up on YouTube today. And there are quite a few people that I've landed like this, and you can kind of see how some of those bigger fish conversations go.
Also, Jim, can you also, well, um, we're gonna listen to them on the video, but can you give us more questions like those? What to ask when they say they're investors?
Yes, yeah, I certainly will. I wrote down the what website did you get it from? I'll throw up the some objection handlers for these scripts too, so you guys have like a shifted seller objection handlers. And then if you come across something that you aren't prepared for on the phone, write it in that Google Drive sheet. So be like, I don't know how to respond to this. This guy asked me this question. Throw it on there. I'll respond, and we'll get that settled. So cool. All right, flip flop. So now, David, you're the call coordinator. Diego, you are the seller. Diego, you live in this home. This is your primary residence. You have lived there for a very long time. You are downsizing, and all of your kids are out of the house. They're out of school. You want to get as much money as possible. Ready, steady, go.
No.
Hi, this is Diego.
Yes.
Hi, Diego. You were on the website about your home on 2nd Main Street. So, you need to get that home sold?
Yes, I want to.
Great. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, great. Are you relocating, or what can you tell me about your? Well, yeah. Let me explain. So, are you relocating, or what can you tell me about your situation right now, Diego?
Sorry, who are you?
My name is David, sir.
David, I know you.
Sorry?
I know you, David.
No, sir. We pulled up your name from our websites, and we see that you're interested in selling your house. So, what can you tell me about your house right now, sir? What's your current situation? Are you planning on moving?
Well, yes, I will be moving as long as I can sell the property, right?
Excellent. Yes. Can you tell me about your house, sir? Tell me about the bathrooms, things like that.
Well, they're all nice.
Okay. How many bedrooms?
It has 4 bedrooms.
Great. What about the bathrooms?
It has 3 bathrooms.
Okay. And what repairs need to be completed?
Well, I don't know. That's not my job really, but I think everything is good.
Okay.
I've been living here and it has no issues, so.
Everything's fine. Okay. How's the roof?
I've never gone up there. I mean, I could drop from there and I could die.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. What about the heating and the air? Is that working fine?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Great. The carpet, the painting, sir, is nice, neat.
Well, Sure, I mean, has a little bit of history because I have been here a while, and everything means something here, right? But
Okay,
I think
definitely
I mean
understand.
for a 40 years old carpet, I think it's pretty nice, decent, and actually still has that same color, I believe. So
Okay,
I think
great.
it's
So
good.
it's been the same carpet for 40 years.
Sure, I mean it's a really
Okay.
good carpet.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, for 40 years it must be. Yeah. Okay, and Diego, are you carrying a mortgage on this, or is it paid off?
Sorry, why do you need to know that?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Um, hello?
Yes.
No, just curiosity, sir. If we do make business,
Well, I mean, if you're interested in purchasing the house, then the house is open, so you can visit. I actually live here. I don't have anything else to do right now. Just give a call before you come, right? And I will be available
okay.
most likely. So
Okay,
no
so I
problem.
take it that you're okay. So I'll take it that you're current on your payments, right?
Are you calling from the bank?
No, sir. I'm calling from a real estate group.
Oh, you're a real estate agent.
Yeah, we're interested in your house, sir. And I'm sorry, I don't want to sound pushy. That's why I was asking you those questions because we need to know. Yes.
So you want to list my house, but I already have it on the well, I have it like on 5 websites already. So I
Yeah,
don't think I.
that's where we pulled up your info, sir, and that's why we're interested. Yes, we're giving you a call. What type of time frame are you on? Is this something you need to do in the next month, or do you have a couple of months down the road?
Well, if you're gonna buy it, then as soon as possible, right? I mean, everything is ready right now. I don't know in a month if the house is still gonna be on the market because a lot of people has come here and have a look, right? And there's a lot of people interested as well. There's no offer, no real formal offer right now, but I bet there's gonna be one soon. So if you're
Of
really
course it
interested,
will.
we
Of
can
course it
give
will.
you an offer.
Okay,
Uh,
Diego, what do you think your house is worth?
well, I'm putting it right now on the market for 550.
550. Okay. This is
Uh,
taking into consideration that you told me that you haven't checked the roof and the carpet, right? This is what you think is worth 550.
well, it's worth 550 because it's on a really nice neighborhood. Even if you need to fix the roof, it's not gonna be that important as actually having this huge property on this nice neighborhood, right? With such a great history.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, if we were to give you a cash and close, I'm sorry, if we were to give you cash and close in a few weeks with no repairings, nothing else, leave it as it is, what will you take?
I will take, depending what any other one is offering, right? But I will take 549.99.
549, 550. Okay. So a little bit of more room in that?
Well, sure. 548 could be.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Okay. I have another question. Curiosity, because of course, this would allow us to serve you better. Do you have cash now, or I'm sorry, do you have to have the cash now, or could you take the payments over time?
Well, I will prefer the cash now, of course. I mean, whoever could give me the best offer will take the property. If you have the cash, then it will mean more than somebody that will give me an offer for payment over time, right?
Of course, gotcha. Okay. Why do you need the cash now, sir?
Because it's better to have it right now than until a year.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So Diego, I would like to ask your permission to briefly explain how I work and how I can help you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. So I'm an investor, and I also find homes for other investors we're partnered with. Okay. We're tied into all the local real estate investing groups here in Atlanta. Since we transfer so much real estate in Atlanta, The state really prefers us to be licensed. My business partner has his license with Keller Williams Realty. He's been there for 10 years, okay, and he has helped over 5,000 families transfer their properties. Okay, most of the time we transfer property directly from the owner to the investor, but sometimes, sir, it makes sense to do it in a more traditional method. Every situation is different, sir, and what is important that we find the right solution for you. So tell me, Diego, what is the best time for you, and what you want to accomplish is more important. I'm sorry. So what is the best for you? I'm sorry. What is the best for you, and what you want to accomplish is more important. Diego, we're very interested in your house. It is exactly what we do every day. Okay, and the next step for us is to see it. How's your schedule looking in the next few days?
Well, I'm open at any time. As I said, you just give me a call just to be ready, but most likely there's not going to be any problem. Just remember that the more time you take, most likely somebody else is going to give another offer, right?
Of course, that's why we want to do this as soon as possible so we can work something out. How does tomorrow at 1 sound for you?
Well, maybe at 2 because I'm still resting from lunch at 1.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Definitely, I understand that. Okay, let's do it tomorrow at 2. Okay. So what I'm gonna go ahead and pencil time for us to meet then. And I'm going to send you my contact information and a confirmation of the meeting so we can talk with. I'm sorry. And is this the best email you have?
Which one?
I have diego@123.com. This is the one for us. This is the best one. Okay.
That one.
Okay. What about the phone number? Would it be this one that I called you at, or is there another one that you prefer?
This is my home phone number, and I'm almost always here. I don't have a mobile number, so I think this is the best one.
Okay. Diego, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, sir. Yes?
No problem, David. I hope that you bring some cash tomorrow.
So do we. Okay? We can do business, sir. You have a great day. See you tomorrow, okay, sir?
Take care.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Okay. Diego, what did he do right? What can he improve upon?
Well, I think he did fine overall. I see that we both had issues on the part where we need to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but mostly because there's it's uncompleted, right? Because everybody needs to fill up with with their own scenario, right? So yeah, I think that at the end we're gonna put all the details there, so we don't start like haggling or whatever during the call, right? About total sales to date or number of years in the area, right? Yeah, but besides that, yeah, I think everything went good with the script. I didn't actually provided the information that I was downsizing or that I didn't have the kids or anything, right? Because I don't remember why, but I guess that I evade that question, right? But I never ended saying anything about that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool. So, all right, here are some things that kind of picked up upon. I was actually like, while I was listening to you guys, I was thinking about certain points in the conversation where other objections might pop up. Like, for example, right off the bat, this is definitely something that we're going to need to work on is that introduction, because that's going to be your most important couple seconds, right? Because your introduction is going to set you up for if they're going to hang up the phone or not. So basically the way I approach it, and most of your leads are going to be older. You're only going to get a small trickle of new leads each day. The bulk of our expireds, the bulk of the for sale by owners, the bulk of almost all of our leads, we have to go back in time because number one, there's a lot of gold nuggets there because they usually, the people who say they want to wait a year or a couple of months, or they're just mad because they didn't have a good experience, or whatever the case might be. Or most people who are going on like a cash offer type thing, maybe they just want to know what their home's worth. So they just kind of filled out whatever sheet they saw on the internet. Who knows? But most of your leads are going to be older. So this is the way I approach it when I first start out. Let's just say, David, let's just say you're the seller. So, hi, is this David by chance? Yeah, this is David. Hey, David, my name is Jim. I saw that you were on one of our marketing websites about your home on 123 Main Street. I was wondering to see if that home actually sold or if you're still needing to get it sold by now. Oh man, that was like a year ago. Uh, but yeah, I had a bunch of people call me about that home and we decided to stay and I don't know. I mean, it depends. Are you going to write me an offer? That's a great question. Okay. So you still have an intention of getting that home sold because you never did, correct? Yeah, that's the case. Awesome. So what's your situation then, David? Are you relocating or what originally prompted you to put it at least start thinking about getting the home sold? Where were you heading to? And then you kind of go off that conversation. So if you're calling most of these leads, guys, that's how I start out. Hey, is this blank? Yes. Hey, blank, you were just on one of our websites about your home on 123 Main Street. That's assuming if that's a new lead. So like if you get a new Z buyer lead, use that script for the new ones today. Everybody else, hey, is this blank? Yeah. Hey, blank, I was actually calling because I saw that you were on one of our websites a while ago about your home on 123 Main Street. And I was wondering to see if you sold that home or if you still need to get it sold. Question mark.
Okay.
And let them respond. Oh yeah, that was a while ago. No, we decided to not move, or we're just gonna probably wait a little bit longer because the market's not very good. Okay, awesome. So tell me about that situation. What makes you think the market's not good? Well, we had people come out and some guys give me lowball offers, and then we had a realtor. He said he couldn't list it because there wasn't enough room. Okay, and that was about how long ago? Yeah, that was about a year ago. Okay. Well, the market's very different now than it was a year ago. So tell me about your situation. What made you put the information out there a year ago? Yeah, well, we needed to move for my kid's school, but we just decided to stay and rent. Okay. And has your situation changed? Would you still be interested in moving if we could get it sold? Yeah, man, I definitely want to move. Awesome. So tell me about your house, bedrooms, bathrooms, things like that. And then you just go right in the script. So use that one, guys. Use this older ones. Hey, is this blank? Yes. Hey, blank, you were actually on one of our, yeah,
Um, we're still gonna be having old leads on the Z buyer thing?
correct. Because only a couple come in per day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to figure, even if we market it to the entire state of Georgia, you're probably not going to get more than a couple dozen good leads a day. It's just a numbers thing. So we have to go back in time to get you enough to call, right? So most of these people are going to have, situations. But then again, too, I mean, I can't tell you how many times, guys, they're not impressed by the other people who are calling them, or they were just curious. They were going to wait. It didn't work out. They had a bad experience, whatever it might be. I never got an offer that seemed good. No one ever returned my phone call. They stopped calling me. Whatever it is, the older leads are gold mine, absolute gold mine. So work them just like you would the expireds. There's just strictly not enough people coming out into a day. Yeah,
Well, they are expired.
that's true. Their information expired. So get their house sold. All right, cool. So that's definitely one of the things that I would address off the bat, guys, is use that in your intro. Hey, this is blank. I noticed you were on one of our websites about your home on 123 Main Street. I was wondering if that home sold back when, or if you're still needing to get that home sold. Pause for answer. Cool? Now,
Cool.
The
Okay.
other thing, that's one of them. The other one was, what do you say when it's like they sold? Hey, oh, that was like a year ago. Awesome. Might have older information. Do you still need to get it sold? Okay. Now, are you going to buy it? That's another objection. So, David Diego even said that, like, oh, are you going to buy the home? Or are you going to write me an offer? Or are you going to bring me an offer? Some kind of variation of that. That's a great question. I don't know until I see the home. That's exactly how you answer that objection. It's a great question. I don't know until I see it. So, are you relocating, or what can you tell me about your situation? Are you going to buy my house? That's a great question. I don't know until I see it. So, what type of time frame are you on? Something you need to do a month from now, 2 months from now, down the road? You guys catch the drift? That's a great question.
Yes.
I don't know until I see it. Are you going to come and write me an
Yeah.
offer right now? You know what? I don't know until I see the property. Period. Well, other guys wrote me an offer. That's cool. Good for them. I will not until I see it. Next question. Are you relocating? That's it. I mean, that literally is it, guys. Well, you can go online and get the photos. I'm sure I can. In fact, I'm looking at them right now. Okay. Yep. Still not going to write any offer until I see it. When's a good time for me to come see it? Right now. Well, I'm not free right now. We're actually booked up usually a day or so in advance because we have to meet with quite a bit of sellers because our services are pretty sought after. So what are you doing 2 days from now? What do you got going on Wednesday? Why can't you come today?
Now,
Well,
we do that after checking the agenda, right?
correct.
If there is option for today, then we'll do.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
typically, keep this in mind. If you do that, guess what you're going to have to do before we go on that appointment? You're going to have to qualify the appointment. That's why I'm hesitant on setting, even if they're like, I will sell $1 million house and all you have to do is show up tonight. Now, absolutely, you blow me up until I get you an answer to qualify that appointment. But typically, very good rule of thumb, set them for at least 24 hours from now. That gives you time to have another conversation, see if you get another decision maker, see if what they told you was a lie, verify the information, check with the agent, allow us to pull the comps, allow us to do the homework on the property. We're going to need a little bit of leeway time, right? And our schedule typically is pretty full. I don't know if you guys can see what's going on, but I map my week out a week ahead of time. So if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. Right? Just like you don't get paid on leads that aren't on my calendar. Period. If it's not on there, it does not exist. If it's not in Mojo log correctly, it does not exist. If it's not sent to the agent and verified by the agent, we're not going on the appointment. Period. I will not waste my time with people who are not qualified. Now, if we don't get the appointment or they're crazy or it didn't work out with them, that you can't control, but they have to be qualified.
If they're crazy.
Hey, do we like working with jerks? Absolutely not.
No.
As Ben Kenny would say, if you're a jerkhead, I'm not working with you. So I don't like working with jerks. I don't like their attitude. I don't like the way they treat people. So guess what? You're mean on the phone. I don't care. You're not a good fit for us. You're nuts or you're mean, and you're not going to be our client. So that's why we have to verify that stuff, guys. So Diego, I'm hesitant to jump at first call. Now, I don't want to downplay the sense of urgency. David, if you're like, hey, I got a guy. He said he'll list the home if you meet him tonight. I looked at your calendar. You're booked. What do I do? That's a very different conversation than throwing an appointment on there and being like, hey guys, he can meet with you in the next hour. Whoa, I might not even be close to that house. It might take me 2 to get there. So give me some leeway time. Let me put it on my calendar to follow up with this person, qualify them. Then, if it works out, this guy does check out on a second phone call. Looks good, the numbers look good, then I'm going to head out there. That's why I make you guys qualify the appointments. Does that make sense? There's a purpose for everything that you do. So I'm glad you asked that question, because otherwise, if you don't understand why you're doing it, then it's probably not gonna get done. First of all, but then second of all, it gives you clarity. So if you're talking to someone and they're pushing you, and you're like, Jim's calendar's booked, or Jen's calendar's booked, or whoever's calendar's booked. This guy said yes. What do I do? Tell the lead, listen, we usually don't take appointments until they're 24 hours away because we meet with so many home sellers. What we do is very awesome, and you're going to understand when we come visit you what we mean by that. So because we're in a high demand, just like if you went to the doctor, you don't walk into the ER, even if you're bleeding profusely, you still need to fill out the paperwork. So it has to happen. If there's no doctors on call, nobody can help you, right? And we're always planning it because this is our business. So we run it like a business. So just keep
it happens.
that.
I mean,
And that's how you guys.
even if you have the space available today,
Right.
you will always be putting your company like higher because you have more person to help,
Exactly.
right? It's
Right.
not like he's the only one right now.
Exactly. Because there's a lot of stuff I got going on. And the ideal appointment is 2 to 3 days away. That gives me enough time to call them, see if it still works, verify their property actually, we can help them. It kind of gives me an idea beforehand. I can qualify them. All that stuff that needs to happen in between setting the appointment and going on the appointment, that's going to allow your agent enough time to go on quality appointments. And that actually is going to convert higher and get you more closed deals than if you just set 20 appointments and 15 are garbage. I'd rather you set 5 and I go on 5 and get 4 or 5 of them versus going on 20, running around like a crazy person at everyone's beck and call, and 3/4 of them suck. Right? I could have done a lot more stuff. I could have trained you better, give you more lead. There's a million different things. So just it's an efficiency thing, guys, and that's why I want you to think about scheduling. That's why we do 24 to 36 hours down the road.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So that's one of them. Well, why can't you come out now? Are you going to buy it? That's a great question. I don't know until I see it. Are you an agent or are you an investor? If someone opens it, especially investors, guys, they're going to ask that question. Oh, no, it's an investment property. So, like, are you an agent or why are you calling me? You an agent? You an investor? You going to buy it from me? What's your deal? You know what? That's a great question. I don't know if we're going to buy it from you unless we see it. But if you don't mind, I usually wait to the end to explain how we work, but I'd like to ask your permission and just explain that right now if that's okay. Yeah, sure. What do you do? Well, great. Like I mentioned, we may purchase it from you. Don't know until I see it. And that's one way that we work, right? Because we're an investor. Now, we also work with investors, and we partner up with those guys. And because we work with all the local real estate investment groups in the Atlanta area, those channels point back to us, right? And because we transfer so much property, the state really prefers us to be licensed. So in addition to being an investor, we also actively have a real estate team that we work with. It's not just us being an agent by ourselves. So we have a whole separate business that we own and operate. Now, what ends up happening is, depending on your situation, our goal is to figure out how we can best serve you. Sometimes we usually just do it traditionally. Most of the time we end up transferring property directly from the owner to another end user. Everybody's situation is different. Our goal is to figure out what's best for you and your family. What's most important for us is to help you in the highest way possible. So let me ask you, what's your situation? This is an investment property. How fast do you need to get this thing sold? And you just go right back in your script. Cool?
Cool.
That's a great question. I don't know until I see it. We could buy it from you, but we're going to have to see it.
Great question. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm not really sure. We don't make blind offers, so we're going to have to see it first. But typically I wait till get a little bit further in the conversation to see if this is something we want to pursue. But if you don't mind, I'll ask your permission now and take a minute and explain how we operate. Okay, cool. Go read your script.
While we're saying that, we could actually be invited to be a part of our investors that we work with.
Exactly. Well, I noticed last time in the conversation before we go, I asked you if you had any real estate professionals helping you find deals, and you said you didn't. We definitely want to talk to you about that. Would you be open to discussing how we can possibly partner up and find you some deals? Is that something that you're willing to discuss? Yeah, I mean, how would that work? That's a great question. I don't know until we actually meet with you. Um, but let's do this. I'll mention that, and when we sit down and go take a look at your house now, we'll definitely show you how we can find you additional deals. Because in fact, our team, and this is something that you guys can say, our team specializes in working with motivated sellers with equity. Just like I'm calling you now today, if you're our client on the buying side, any people that we can help before a property hits the market, we give to our clients first. And those are usually great off-market deals. Are you looking for off-market deals with a great return on investment? Absolutely. Great. That's exactly why we need to meet. What time would be a good time for us to sit down, see your home, meet our team, and talk about how we can help you do just that? I have tomorrow at 6 p.m. open. Does that work for you? Cool? Anybody out there? Hello, hello?